soon. Cho is another one of them. So it's mostly the fighters and the tanks that are actually being picked first.
Yeah, I wonder if Team Bosskur would consider that Lolita, which is kind of decent against Selena. And if memory serves, they were the only team to pick Lolita in the entire MPL so far. It was played by Jeffs in again the game that they won against Geek Fam. But me and Terrence also talked about Kaja. Kaja, being possibly one of the picks that we have to watch out for. It was banned out this game. Kolya from Envy was the first guy to play Natalia, a tank support Natalia, but because, like Terry mentioned, of the assassin emblem, now Natalia has become more and more prominent. More and more teams are picking her up. That ban was pretty much expected. But it's going to be Grok for Bosskur alongside Cho, and of course Harif locked in for Orange Esports Reborn.
Oh,
Yeah, now seeing how that Orange Esports has like a double mage setup here, and they don't exactly have proper tanks to deal with here, they might be in some trouble here. Yeah, a support Selena is great. It's pretty much nerfed in this current patch. I don't think it just does as much damage as before. It comes down towards what kind of marksmen or assassins they're going to be playing here, because Orange Esports, they always prioritize picking their jaw hit, and it's always been able to capitalize on this. And yes, Faraz, you mentioned about is Ling not going to be prioritized here, and you must understand that Orange Esports, they are a master at playing Ling synergy, and they've had Jawhead deal with Ling so many times, and they have they're just not afraid of Lexia's Ling in this regard. So I wouldn't be surprised it's not picked completely, and Bosskur needs to just find a way to get in the minds of Orange Esports and just counter off yeah, you're gonna pick a Jawhead, it's okay, we have other heroes to just deal with you. And it seems to me, Esmeralda, okay, triple mage setup coming from Orange Esports. Wow.
Well, why not? They like to go for it. Let's see if we can pull it off. Dude, we saw a double marksman from Geek Fam yesterday. I doubt that we don't see any weird picks today. I think we're gonna see some amazing sort of new playstyles. But Sicilian's going to be the first of this playoffs, if it is picked.
Yeah, I think Sicilian is still good for... I don't know, I feel like if you're looking at Team Bosskur's draft, I would slightly prefer, like Nana or Farsa. But in this case, I think the Nana kind of complements their playstyle, more team-orientated playstyle. So this definitely is kind of Team Bosskur's identity. But for Orange Esports, this is where it kind of gets tricky, right? You have the Jawhead, the Selena. You're probably looking for someone to... Okay, they lock in the 1-1. I was looking for a more tanky hero, but I guess I was wrong.
I think for me, I prefer Orange's draft more. For Nana, I feel like that's going to bring the aggressiveness slightly down from Bosskur's side, especially in the early game, because when you pick the Nana, of course, you probably playing a little bit more passive because you want to disengage who you have on the Orange's esports side. For me, it's personally Orange's draft. What about you guys? What do you think?
I'm thinking Bosskur for myself. Just because they have much more opportunities to actually play. They can play split push very well. They can play team fights pretty okay. And Orange Esports draft is more team fight oriented rather than objective oriented. So that's my take on Bosskur instead. I'm going for Bosskur.
Yeah, I have to go for Bosskur. I have to favor Bosskur for this game one's draft. I think not to say they know Orange Esports has lost in terms of drafting and all. This draft for them is kind of more volatile, right? You are looking to fight early on. You're looking to win fights, but Team Bosskur has a more robust composition. Whereas, like Terrence mentioned, they can play around objectives. They're not afraid to go late because they have one of the best late game carries in the game, which is the carry. Whereas for Orange Esports, if they fall behind, coupled up with the fact that they have not been able to play from behind, it's definitely going to favor Team Bosskur a bit more.
I mean, I totally agree with you guys. It just comes down to the plays as well. I mean, there's maybe you can say that draft is 50% of the game, right? Because it's what sets the pace of the game. But it also comes down to the skills of the players and how much they can actually take on this and actually use it to their advantage. So right now, as you can see, we are back here, perhaps because of a small technical difficulty. Don't worry, we'll be back into the games very soon. Before we start analyzing the draft a little bit more, just want to remind all of you guys who are joining us again, Null TV, Stand By Me, Daniel. I do see you guys on YouTube. Keep them comments coming in. And if you guys don't know what to comment, it's very simple. There is a question that you guys have to answer. And this question is, between Orange and Bosskur, now that you've seen the draft, who which player basically do you think is going to be the MVP and why? Keep your comments coming whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, because after every game we'll be picking 5 winners, and each of these winners will be getting amazing skins. We did answer it on the panel right here, but it's up to you guys to decide right now. And there's one more thing, guys. Terrence Husky, of course, because we're doing everything live this time, we want to be even more generous. So the more people watching MPL, the more skins and codes we have for you guys. So make sure you guys share the stream as much as possible. Terrence, have you shared the stream?
Yes.
Husky, how about you?
Yeah, I have. The moment the link came out, I just shared it straight away.
But that's the
happy to
thing.
hear that,
Are we
buddy.
gonna get it? Are we gonna get it?
I'll make sure you both get your skins, all right? Right now, it's time for the game. Terrence and Husky, you guys are amazing casters, so hype it up as much. Oh, okay, all right. Well, let's come back to us a little bit. I'll hype up the panel, and then I'll send you guys back into the game. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Well,
It's killing me.
What's up?
I like how the Todak pause is so infectious, especially now with all this lockdown. They have evolved into become a new pandemic for Mobile Legends right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yesterday, when we were having the, there was a pause as well, and then I saw a lot of people commenting, and it wasn't even Todak's game. They were like, Todak pause. I'm like, bro, Todak wasn't even playing at that game. I was like, what are you talking about? This is like, I really love it. There was one as well. They were like, okay, so we had one question, and this question was, which captain do you want to pick? Moon from Todak or Arthur from SMG? And someone in the comments wrote, I picked Moon because he knows when to pause. I was like, I love the comments, man. The comments are really funny, and you guys just keep your comments coming in. There's one thing I want to ask as well, because you know that the stream is being watched by many different countries, not just Malaysia, not just Singapore. We have Filipinos, we have people from Indonesia, from Myanmar. So wherever you guys are watching us from, go ahead and put your flag in the comments. If you can comment your flag so I can see where you guys are watching us from, because this is going to be a very colorful stream, boys.
Yeah, it's great to see, you know, like it's great to see, you know, viewers from other regions tuning in as well. And I think this is also one of the ways where you watch, let's say, you know, MPL Indonesia, MPL Philippines, and you kind of bring that knowledge back to your own region. It definitely does help with the domestic scene as well.
Yeah, definitely. I agree as well. Understanding play styles from different regions really helps a lot as well. I think M1 was a great evidence or proof for all of us to see that, hey, different countries, different playstyle, different hero picks. Like, hey, we were watching Malaysia region all the time. We always see like, oh, it's gonna be this hero, this hero, this hero. Going to M1, a surprise Baxia, a surprise Natalia. Why is this hero prioritized? Hey, it works. They've got top 4. It's 10-second gaming, you know. But however, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be jumping into game 1 now. Bosskur going up against Orange Esports, and Faraz, I have to bid you goodbye for one game. See you for a bit.
No
okay,
worries,
Faraz?
bro. Don't worry. I'll be right here watching with you guys.
Oh man, this is finally, you know, like, we waited long enough for the playoffs, but instantly a flicker. But your power of nature, Chuck will get called out. Flicker from Sino, trying to catch this Selena out, but they were able to get out of range. So no casualty just yet for Orange Esports.
Yeah, and as of now here, Bosskur, they're going to be prioritizing on making sure their hyper carry strat is going to be playing this meta here. There's been a lot of debates here that hyper strat is not going to be very much strong in this meta, but we shall see, you know, whether or not Bosskur commits it here. But Sino almost getting paid with his life, but actually will get destroyed here with the slows coming from Chakbu. Nice stacks here coming from Mao as well as Chakbu getting the kill, denying Sino of that first to go out of control. And because of that, Orange Esports, they are going to be in the lead right now.
Yeah, and I think this death is kind of warranted, right? You can argue that Uranus isn't even supposed to die, but at the same time, you're up against this 1-1 who is actually running the jungle emblem. So the highway penetration coming out, they just want to focus on shutting down this Uranus. Again, a flicker in, they get the eject, second kill consecutive onto this Uranus. So Team Bosskur, they want to answer in the top lane, but Silo gets flickered on the Chikundo, tries to get away, but Bosskur will secure that kill.
Yeah, very quick rotations here coming from Orange Esports here, punishing Sino 2 times in a row, pushing out of the lane, and immediately takes a tier 1 down bottom. Bosskur tries to capitalize the situation. They got one kill up top in Silo, but can they take down that tower quick enough? Because Orange Esports, they have the quicker rotation right now compared to Bosskur, just because they were able to use the power of Chakbu Selena to try and punish whatever that Bosskur is going to be doing right now. And now Bosskur, they might go head-to-head here because the turtle is going to be out in 20 seconds here. Husky, what do we going to be doing now?
It's not going to be... We might see a clash. I think they definitely want to contest this, but Zaraki is going to get caught up by the Unstoppable. They want to eject him, but he does get away with the Dragon though. Unfortunately, not enough to get away, so you lose this Cho, and you also lose the turtle control. Orange Esports Reborn should be a bit comfortable. 5 seconds until the objective spawns. They just need to kind of zone out the rest of Team Bosskur. I think early on, Bosskur is not ready to fight. You kind of need to give time for this carry and Cho to come online.
Yep, and at the same time here, Sino, they switch up the lanes here for Team Bosskur, hoping the Uranus is going to be able to pressure the top side here. However, too easy for Jabs. He gets scouted out from Mob here with the Jawhead, opening up the map all by himself here, and it seems to be Orange Esports, they're going to be using very similar patterns from yesterday's game, having Bomb to open up the map and apply pressure throughout the entire game here, and hopefully they were able to get some kills. But as of now, you can see Mao, he's slowly leading in terms of net worth. He's got pretty decent amount of farm for now, and pretty much Bosskur is just going to take a chill pill for now, and hopefully buy enough time for the rest of the team to get stuff off.
Yep, they can definitely do that, and again, this time, round number 3, Sino managing to get out of range of the attack, but you did bring out the fact of hyper carry meta not being that relevant. I think it's still doable, just that there are more ways to work around it, as Orange Esports will get that first turtle. Too easy for just a bit too late to the party, so Team Bosskur were not able to secure anything off of that.
Yep, Orange Esports now very objective driven right now here. Then so far they're leading in network by a little bit. It's not that too much, but Bosskur, it feels like they're just always one step behind here. 4 minutes has passed and they're trying to capitalize on the situation where they need Sino to make more space. In this case here, round number 4, this time Sino will be alive for now, and Orange Esports going to be wasting a little bit of their time. However, right now you can see Zaraki trying to go for the catcher. Sino pops the Purify, but nothing much is going to be happening here. But Jabs is going to be on the front lines. Are they going to go for the dive here? Going for the hit. Silo dropping very low, but they can't seem to finish him off. And Zaraki dropping 1 HP as well. So a little bit small skirmish, nothing too much. But Jabs, is he going to go check it out there? Ooh! So close.
Oh, yeah, but by a hair's breadth. Orange is able to get out of that situation. Almost getting a kill on Zaraki. A great Purify from Silo. And even though they were not able to, kill Sino, the Uranus, round 3 and 4, but one of the ways to deal with him is you either kill him early on, or you just take away his structures and you give him less room to work with. So there's no, despite the fact that Uranus is a really good tank, a lot of damage, can fight, can soak up crowd control. If you don't give him space, he basically just becomes someone who is preoccupied with trying to make that space. And this Jawhead is going to be a big issue. It gets flickers on with the Dragon. Zaraki takes some turret shot, but they have the damage, so that carry will get the kill.
Nice catch there coming from Zaraki, committing his flicker as well, just to pick out the Jawhead. And Mom's Jawhead has been a thorn in their heads here, but in this case, now Jabs almost getting paid with his life here. Will they actually bet Aaron? Right? They're actually going to commit here. They get Jabs here from Orange Esports, but they overextended their stay, and now Bosskur, they're going to punish them, and that's going to be a double kill for next year with the hyper carry strat, and this is not looking too good here. And Orange Esports, they had the lead, now they just gave it to Bosskur.
Yeah, 40% bounty goal, baby. This is a huge goal injection for Lexia, who is now 3-0 on the carry. It's kind of the mistake that Orange Esports always does. They always overcommit, but they manage to flick Zaraki back. They kill him off. Mum making the big play, killing off this Cho once more, defending that mid turret. So they were able to salvage the situation a bit, but they will have to give this turtle away. There's no way they can contest that. The Abyssal Arrow is there, but there's no follow-up from Orange Esports.
Now triple buff available on Lexia here. Can this carry go out of control coming from Team Bosskur? Orange Esports, they need to find a way to shut down this carry, and it seems to me they're struggling here. They need Mom to catch this carry off guard. However, Lexia is just playing super slow, and Bosskur, Jabs trying to open the map here. Silo and Mom laying the bush, waiting for the right target. They have the map vision here, but Jabs, he needs to be careful. Is he gonna go for it here? Jabs half HP getting worn out. as of now, but seems to me they want to disengage here, but instead Zaraki from the sides gets a pick off, and it's gonna be Lixia getting another kill in the bag.
Yeah, Zaraki has been finding all these isolated kills. I was about to point out that, you know, Mom is a big problem, but apparently not, as Logan manages to flicker away, so CeeLo doesn't get any kill. But yeah, I wanted to bring out the fact that Mom can be a pawn in the side, but unfortunately that was not the case. Now CeeLo gets a solo kill onto Chagbu. Orange Esport, they are playing on a timer. They need to win all these fights, but that one overcommitment in the middle lane has led through this avalanche where Team Bosskur were able to recover slowly but surely. So without a goal lead for Orange Esport, they are not going to be in a good position for the rest of the game.
Yes, they definitely need a couple of good solid fights here, hoping that Mao gets a little bit more kills here, but 1-1 as of now, it doesn't hit as hard at what Lixia is delivering right now. Triple buff setup on Lixia. You saw how quickly Aaron was pretty much destroyed in that engagement that caught out here from Zaraki, and now taking an opportunity here with the turtle buff. 20 seconds left. They're looking for one more kill before they reset their turtle buff here coming from Bosskur, and seems to me Orange Esports, they're just not giving them any kind of opportunities here. And on the screen and the map as well, they're hoping to get Sino here. Will they catch it here? Chagbu with the start of the catch here, but Sino is just too tanky. It's just so much regen, and unfortunately, once again, they missed another kill opportunity now.
Yeah, they're gonna lose the bottom tier 2. Fortunately for Orange Esport, they were not relentless enough. You need to keep beating down on this Uranus to effectively shut him down, but they missed their window. So Team Bosskur are now sitting in a pretty comfortable position. Sino can just buy as much time as he pleases. Sure, you lose the top tier 2, but Team Bosskur, they are trying to collapse in onto Orange Esports.
Oh, space created here from Sino. You can see Zaraki coming from the side. The way of the dragon is that jaw hit ejector trying to go for the saves, and seems to me Orange Esports, they are going to be fine for now. But now actually on second thought, is Mike actually get caught out. He's dropped so low. Jeff's going for the flicker as well. He's going to go for ejector, but instead will paid with his life. Over commitment from Bosskur, and however on the sides as well, they do catch off Aaron, so it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And now immediately the pause comes in, and Bosskur and Orange Esports, they're just dishing it out all by one. The baits coming in, the separations here from both these teams, and so far that was crazy here. And you saw Mao managed to buy so much space as well with the crossbow tanks here, Husky.
Yeah, my heart stopped for a second. You know, I was like, why is this 1-1 isolated? But she had the flicker, so got away. She has the innate purify with a second skill. So unfortunately, you know, Bosskur wanted to get this marksman. Jazz was the only one who went forward, and he paid with his life, but they were able to get one trade kill. And it seems like before the pause, they were going to get more. So I would say Bosskur still kind of is leading the situation per se, but Orange Esports, you know, whatever that you can give to the 1-1, they'll take it.
100%. Before we continue talking, again, our apologies for the pause here. I just want to remind you guys, it is not that we want to pause the games. It's nobody's fault really. It's because of issues that happen online. I'm sure you guys experience it sometimes because of the internet, and you guys also don't want to play when there's slight lags and stuff like that. So we're trying to fix that as soon as possible. So we do apologize. We'll be back with the game shortly. Let's talk about the game. So I did tell you guys that I prefer Orange's draft, and because it's more aggressive. And honestly, it was true early on in the game. They did have the lead over there. And that's mainly because of the Salino and the Jawhead. And even now you can see, even though they are losing in terms of lead, Mom is doing a very, okay, it sounds very weird when I said Mom every time, but Mom is doing a very good job. Mom is doing a very good job of catching off kills, either on her own, because it's the mom, on her own, or with the help of Salina. However, now you guys mentioned this, the biggest problem is Leisha. Leisha on the triple buff, she had, at one point when we looked at the gold, she had 2k gold advantage compared to 1-1. And we know 1-1 comes out later in the game, so how late is she going to come in? And is she going to be impactful in the game? That's the question.
I think it comes down to the playstyle initially, right? Like Uranus online timing is when as soon as you hit your level 4, you get your ultimate, he comes online. And that was pretty much demonstrated from the early 2 kills where Orange Esports were able to kill Sino twice in a row before he hits the level 4. And I think early on with Husky, you said round 3, round 4, they just can't stop Sino anymore. that was pretty much the opportunity to demonstrate that, hey, our Uranus is online, we're tanky enough, we don't care how much damage you're going to do. And in terms of burst potential, 1-1 doesn't have enough burst compared to what carry brings to the table, which is true damage. And as the game drags on, Orange Esports is going to get even more desperate because the 1-1 needs more items. Like, you need more damage to actually penetrate the armors coming from Grok as well as Uranus. And you need to find picks on Cho as well. And right now in that engagement, they are trying to slow down the farms on Lixia. That's pretty much the game plan right now. And they're doing a fantastic job right now coming from Orange Esports.
Yeah, 100%. I think, sorry, what's up? You go first, Sasuke. It's all good.
Oh, so I think, like I you know, from what I've observed so far against how teams do with Uranus, you bring a lot of burst damage, magic damage, or you just push down the lane that Uranus is in so that he's forced somewhere else. I forgot which game was it in the regular season where the team going up against the Uranus, they proxy the lane. That also stops the Uranus from pushing a turret because there's no minion wave. So there's kind of 3 ways to deal with Uranus. Orange Esports were not relentless enough, which is kind of understandable, right? They needed to bring like the Harry, Jawhead, Selena, but Harry needs his farm. However, because of that one dive in the middle lane, they kind of just threw away whatever potentially that they could have gotten for themselves, and they need to win more fights. And as the game drags on, the opportunity for them to win fights decreases because of this carry and because of Team Bosskur's team composition. And like you mentioned, you know, the desperation is going to set in for Orange Esports at some point.
Yeah, and as now we're going to be going back into this game here. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. It seems to be Orange Esports, they've lost 3 members early on, and because of that, Team Bosskur, they're going to try and snowball their way through here. And I like how that Orange Esports, they have this mentality here where we pick the 1-1 because it's pretty much going to proc the crossbow tanks all the way through, just because of how Team Bosskur's frontliners is so easy to allow him to actually proc his ultimate. However, having the Esmeralda was kind of a situation where, hey, I'm going to try and proc my CGUs against this kind of heroes because Grok, you can't burst me. Uranus is going to play the long game here, and you're going to try and proc as much shield as possible. But the issue here is that, yeah, so what? 1-1's damage is not as crazy as carry because carry's percentage over time is just pierces whatever shield that you dish out, and it's like it feels like Orange Esports has this timer where I need to end this game before 6 item comes out, before the power potions display. If not, that's over for Orange Esports. For me.
Yeah, that's exactly the game plan for Orange Esports, which is why, you know, it's so important to emphasize on winning early fights. And if you compare numbers, right, flat numbers are always better in lower values. When the value increases, percentage becomes more effective, which is kind of proven through this new bounty hunter 40% mechanic and whatnot. And at the same time, Mal has to peel for himself in a fight. Like you don't have Esmeralda cannot peel for you. She needs to deal damage. She needs to soak up shield. Joy can only, you know, control one person so much, but she's gonna reach a point in time where he's just not as tanky compared to a Grok or Uranus. So this 1-1 will be left on his own the later the game goes, and it really worries me for Orange Esports.
I think for Orange, they did have the early start, and it's not technically over for them. Honestly, they can come back from this.
Yes.
It shouldn't be that hard as well. They do have, let's not forget, yes, the Esmeralda and Harith maybe cannot peel for 1-1 late game, but they do have 2 heroes which are amazing and getting picks, Jawhead and Selena. So if they manage to find a few pickoffs in the jungle, right, just a few and capitalize on the mistakes that Bosskur could perhaps make, then they could actually change the game in their own favor. And 1-1 can actually be really strong as well because of the fact that usually what happens, you guys know, because of her ultimate, everybody's going to be focusing on her, but suddenly she's not touchable for like a while, and then they have to go back to hitting Jawhead and Selena and Esmeralda, and by the time that finishes, 1-1 has already dealt enough damage to kill half of the guys. But is that going to happen? That's the question. On the other hand,
Yeah.
I do agree with you guys. For Bosskur, the hero picks that they have is just super annoying to deal with. You got the Uranus and the Cho. Uranus, we talked about how useful. Okay, I agree. Uranus is perhaps the most boring hero because you don't have to aim anything.
Yes.
But at the same time,
Thank you.
it's the most annoying hero. And honestly, it's okay. It's easy to play Uranus, but it's hard to play it at a high school level. Because not only do you need to soak up damage, you need to be able to proxy the lanes yourself, right? To know when to go in, when to come out of team fights, and how to save your teammates. So I wouldn't say it's easy to learn how to play him, but it's not easy to play him this good like Sino does. Like even yesterday when Sino was playing the Uranus, he was just super annoying. we have seen Uranus as being played that, you know, they can die a lot of times as well. So I know it's a boring hero, but I still love it a lot because it's
I think like for me the win condition here coming from Orange Esport is just to punish Lexia all the way through, right? The moment you take down the carry, they don't exactly have main damage output coming from the drafts here coming from Bosskur, because Cho, yeah, you can single targetly burst everyone down, but carry can just destroy everyone. So the moment they get this nice abyssal arrow on carry, that's game over for Bosskur, and Bosskur perfectly understands this here, because they just need to drag this game long enough, and all the heroes can just pretty much snowball whatever Orange Esport throws at them, because Selena is like, the timings for Selena just wears off into the later stage of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much the win condition for Orange Esports, and the win condition for Bosskur is just drag this as long as they can. That's pretty much the idea here, and or maybe even drag out to where Sino on the Uranus gets an Antique Cuirass, where he just stacks up this debuff on reducing both attack power and magic power, both from the Antique Cuirass buff as well as his first skill, which just reduces the overall damage output, which Orange Esport is going to be negating in most of these team fights. So that's pretty much the game plan there coming from Bosskur.
Yeah, and I think I pointed out, right, Orange Esport, they're kind of playing on a timer. You know, it's like defusing a bomb, right? When timer reaches 0, you automatically explode, you die. So Bosskur, they are not worried about it at all. Like this carry pick hit has always been, you know, your life insurance. At one point, no matter how late it goes, you always have this carry to back you up. And you can also observe, you know, Team Bosskur, they're just circling around this carry. They're protecting him like 2 big bouncers around this VIP. This is going to be hard for Orange Esport to even get on top of Lexia. And no, Orange Esport, they need to be creative with how they get these pickoffs.
Yep, and jumping into this game here, you can see Orange Esport is grouped up as 5, but from the sides here, Logan with a huge ultimate catches on 4 heroes, and they will pick off Mao here from the side of Bosskur, and this is not looking too good. CeeLo forced to pop the ultimate here to back off and retreat here, and this is, unfortunately to say, this is not looking too good here for Orange Esport, because Bosskur, they picked off the 1-1, and now the Lord is going to be up for grabs. You can see on the minimap as well, they have begun their objectives here coming from Bosskur, and this is going to be a free Lord heading towards Bosskur.
Yep, and there we go. The main issue from Orange Esports has started to show where this 1-1 has to protect himself and deal damage at the same time, which is it's kind of impossible, right? You have 2 big tanks running at you. You have Zaraki just trying to fish for that Will of the Dragon. It's kind of the showdown between Zaraki and Mao. Who can get the better engage? Who can get the better isolation? But Cho does do it better with the flicker and his ultimate, whereas Mom has to throw his body. Zaraki has the mobility to kind of get out, so he has also gotten more overall pickoffs. He got his BOD at one point when he went 0-2, but he still got his Blade of Despair at a pretty decent timing. Now with the Lord, Team Bosskur can just seek to go high ground. Zaraki getting the flicker, and he gets away again.
Wow, beautiful dodges there. So much spell being expended from side of Orange Esports. You can see Orange Esports, they have to disengage with this fight. They overcome it, but Zaraki catches it on the push. Oh my goodness, Aaron! Oh no!
Oh no! This is, oh man, Zaraki playing out of his mind. Orange Esports had the right call, right? They were not able to kill the Cho. They were like, okay guys, we have to mass recall right now. Aaron just a split second too late. Now he dies for what? For 20 more seconds. That is at least 1 inhibitor turret, and at Bosskur, if they get 1 more kill, they can just go straight for the crystal, or at least go for another inhibitor in the bottom lane. But you can see that they're piling in. They're piling all to CeeLo, who has to get out. Mom throws his body at Team Bosskur, countered with the immortality, but he's gonna die as this 1-1 is just not able to contribute anything to the fight.
Yes, and now you can see the crystal already dropping half HP here, and Bosskur, they're gonna try and pick even more inhibitors here. CeeLo trying so much here, but you can see Sino already cutting the creep waves here. He's super tanky, he has 20 stacks, and Orange Esport, they just can't kill him off. You're gonna see Sino is gonna reset his entire HP, but the arrow from the sides here catches off Jabs. Brock going for ultimate, catches off the giant, instead paying with his life, but he's still going to be alive apparently here. And Orange Esports, they are struggling. You can see the creeps are pushing towards the crystal. Bosskur taking the second inhibitor here mid lane, and the zones coming from the Guardian's barrier as well. Orange Esport, they need to make a play. Silo going for the jump to catch Rocky, but he's super tanky. But Silo gets shut down from Lexia with the buff as well. Mao with the ultimate here. Crossbow tax is available. Lexia already half HP, but he has the immortality, and that's going to be another double kill here. And Bosskur, they're going to clean out this game, and that's going to be game 1 going in favor of Team Bosskur.
Just super decisive. You know, what can I say? Bosskur, they understood what to do with that team composition. Orange Esport completely missed their timing, and this whole butterfly effect started from that mid lane dive. That one dive messed up Orange Esport's entire game plan. It slowed down their momentum, and Bosskur just took it. They just rolled with it all the way until the end.
Why? Bro, why did they recall when they know the Cho is there? And one of them recalled Zaraki catch Aaron. Like, they knew Zaraki is over there. They just recalled, like, they thought it's safe. The Lord was right beside him and they still recalled. Oh, big mistakes. Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
They didn't have a choice though.
Yeah, they definitely didn't have a choice.